Hello again, fellow gamers, and welcome to another Fanmon video. What I have for you today is a new set of starter Pokemon, potentially for a Tohoku-inspired region, as I like to believe that a return to Japan would be the perfect setting for the 10th generation of the franchise. However, before I show off my designs, I need to provide a bit of context. You see, I actually grabbed my inspiration from a Japanese folklore simply known as Jiraiya. In fact, you may be more familiar with it through the popular manga and anime series Naruto, as its original author Masashi Kishimoto also took inspiration from the folklore for some of his characters, and since this would take place in a Japan-based region, I decided to do the same. Now with that out of the way, let's get started! First up is Snuggly, the slime Pokemon. Snuggly is a grass-type starter Pokemon inspired by the character of Tsunade, a wise woman who possesses healing magic and is associated with slugs. The name is a play on Snuggle and Slug, with an abbreviation of Leaf. Snuggly is a small gastropod with greenish skin and dotted patterns. It has rosy puffy cheeks and two antennas tipped with leaves that regenerate if damaged. The antennas on its head allow it to sense other life forms in its area of radius, providing it with an affinity for nature. Snuggly stands around 1 foot tall without counting the extra height from its antennas, making it lean towards being one of the smaller starter Pokemon. It has a base stat total of 300. It tends to exhibit a joyful and cuddly behavior. It is quite cheery in nature, and will easily get attached to its trainers, making it an excellent starter choice. Snuggly has a unique ability to convert energy into slime. Since it mostly takes in energy through photosynthesis, it produces slime on a constant basis, which gets expelled through its spores. The slime that it produces has healing properties, and can be used as a medical remedy. Furthermore, the slime also allows it to stick and climb up any wall and solid surface. Snuggly has a new signature move called Slime Ball, which is a special attack-based grass-type move. It mushes up slime which it expels from its mouth at a rapid velocity. The move does more damage depending on how much health it has left. Snuggly likes to sleep in the sunlight. Doing so allows it to store up more energy reserves and feel better upon awakening. It moves into a curled up position in its sleep. Though it fuels itself through photosynthesis, it also enjoys eating a lot of plants and berries, as well as other types of Pokemon food. Snuggly will easily develop friendships and bonds with other Pokemon. And that is all I have to say about Snuggly. I hope that you liked it. Now, let's move on to the next one. Next up, I would like to present Pyrotoad, the Fire Toad Pokemon. Pyrotoad is a Fire-type starter inspired by the titular character of Jiraiya, a skilled and heroic ninja known for his courage and intelligence and is associated with toads. As you may have put together, the name is a combination of Pyro and Toad. And with this inclusion, we now have 3 amphibian starters of each type. Pyrotoad is a small quadruped amphibian Pokemon that has reddish skin and rock-hard patterns on its back. It has a small pair of arms and legs, each bearing 3 fingers and 3 toes. Its eyes are bright yellow and possess black line pupils. It also has a light-colored belly which it uses to store up heat that it expels from its mouth. Pyrotoad stands about 1 foot 8 inches tall, and is one of the bigger Fire-type starter Pokemon. It has a base stat total of 320. It tends to exhibit a calm and observant behavior, and acts a lot like a real-world toad would. By that I mean that it mostly sits still while waiting for a command or an event to occur. Pyrotoad has hard skin on its back. It can withstand heats of up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. This great resistance to fire allows it to bathe in lava, which it does so to moisturize itself. It can learn a plethora of Fire-type moves. As previously mentioned, it will inhale air in order to build up fire from its belly. When it does so, it becomes bloated. Even for its size, Pyrotoad can be quite agile. Using its hind legs, Pyrotoad can jump up to great heights and surprise opponents from above. After this, it will then expel fire from its mouth and inflict devastating amounts of damage to opponents. Pyrotoad would overall be considered a powerhouse of a starter Pokemon. Pyrotoad is a big eater. It'll consume a great amount of foods in one go and proceed to fast for the next day. After eating, it'll go to sleep, and some of the leftover energy gets expelled through heat. For the longest time, we've had this idea that Pokemon was basing its fire starters on Zodiac animals, but Gen 9 broke that trend. So, I hope that you like Pyrotoad. Now, let's move on. Finally, I'd like to present Swither, the sea snake Pokemon. Like its classification implies, Swither is a water-type starter modeled after a sea snake. Furthermore, it is also based on the character of Orochimaru, a sinister individual who employs forbidden techniques for power and is also associated with snakes. The name Swither is a combination of slither and swim. Swither is a small serpentine Pokemon with smooth skin. It has blue and purple patterns that make up its body, while its underbelly has a lighter shade of blue in comparison. Its head is rather large, and extrudes on the sides. Similar to Ekans, it has a large mouth and a tongue but doesn't possess any teeth. Swither stands about 1 foot 8 inches tall, though in total length it's about 3 feet long. It has a base stat total of 310. It has a cunning and intuitive behavior. It observes its prey carefully before making a decisive action, making it a pretty intelligent Pokemon on its own. It seeks out talent in its trainer. Its slithery body allows it to easily move about underwater, and its large eyes also allow it to notice threats from any direction. It also has the ability to read and sense other Pokemon's intentions. Using its long body, it can stand above and make itself look large to intimidate other Pokemon. While we're at that, it can also learn Intimidate as an ability. Swither can learn many water and poison type moves. It will shoot out water guns from its mouth at a rapid velocity, and will also use stat lowering poison type moves to get a better advantage. But despite all of the dark associations, it is not a deceitful Pokemon. Though it tends to prioritize talent, it will also seek to improve alongside its trainer, and know them better as well. Swither can use its body to wrap itself around opponents. Additionally, when it goes to sleep, it will also wrap itself into a curled up position. Swither looks to getting acquainted with other Pokemon in its team. And that is all I have to say about Swither. I hope that you liked it. With that, we conclude this video. I am not exaggerating when I say that I had a lot of fun making this and have a lot of ideas booming in my head that I am just dying to share. Feel free to share thoughts, ideas, and critiques down below. And please consider subscribing for more quality content. Also, you can check out some FNAF inspired Pokemon that I made through the video on the right of the screen. But with that said, farewell good gamers, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!